All right, man, so today we're going to be talking about my current Sophia setup. This build revolves around slashing to the rim to get your teammates wide open. The objective is to be unstoppable as possible inside the paint, and at that point, they will overcommit to stopping you on defense, and at that point, you can also pass the ball to the open man. As soon as they start double teaming you, just make sure that you are looking for the open man even before you start destroying your defender. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. We're only going to talk about the ones that we tried to focus on with this build. So first, we're looking at mid shot. You can see I only got 234. I could get that up a little bit more, but I had to sacrifice a lot of that so I could go into layup and dunk, because with point guards, it's very difficult to get a high layup and dunk stat, especially with how long I've been playing. I think I played maybe 3 or 4 seasons. Not enough time to actually get higher stats, but I got a decent amount on everything else. So 3-point, we didn't try to put any points into that. The points that we have just so happen to be there because they're part of a set, or we get it from a set bonus. All right, so next we're looking at layup and dunk. This is one of the main stats we wanted to focus on. This was the second or third priority on my list because once again, we want to be able to slash to the rim, get some points so that we can start passing to the open man if they space the floor properly. So we got 199. I plan to get that up as much as I can, but as of right now, like I said earlier, it is very difficult to get more of that at the point of the game that I'm in right now. So next we're looking at steal with 275. I'm gonna get that up to 280. I'm saving up my season pass currencies so I can get my hands on a pro stat coin and get that up to 280 or a little bit over. I've never gotten anything to 280 before, so I'm gonna see if I can go past that. I'm not completely sure if you can or not. So next we're looking at control. I didn't put many stat points into that. I don't think I did anything to that stat. A lot of that came from me just upgrading my account. So run with 264. We plan to get more of that as well. We only got level 6 on our stamina stickers right now, but once we get more, our run speed is gonna increase. So stamina, we got 245. I would also love to get that up even more. You can tell that this build is not complete, but it still works. I'm up high inside ladder right now, and it is definitely cooking my defenders. And pass, we didn't put anything into pass. We're relying on our abilities to make sure that our passes don't get intercepted, and we use the accuracy boost from our abilities as well to boost our teammates' accuracy, because we don't have to rely on getting a nice pass by luck. So let's take a look at the abilities. All right, so we got the abilities pulled up. You can see that I have a lot of them. That's because I got my hands on the monthly card right now. So I got 2 extra slots, and I also have the one unlocked where I can spend the little orange currency. I forget the name. So first we're looking at strong dive and catch. You playing a point guard, 100% mandatory that you equip this ability, 100% mandatory that you go ahead and max this out. And if you can get it to the elite level, you should definitely get it to the elite level for several reasons. Reason number 1, you dive on top of that ball. If someone isn't as close to the ball, like close enough to pick it up, you're gonna dive on top of that and you're gonna pick that up. It also increases the range that you can actually grab the ball during a dive by, what is that, 55% once you get it to the elite level. But if your character does not have the elite level, you still get an additional 45% extra range. So make sure you keep that in mind. All right, so next we're talking about double clutch. This ability is just a pair with our SP layup so that we can more consistently make our layups. So if they're trying to stop us inside the paint and we just jump into a double clutch, and 9 times out of 10, it doesn't get blocked. You got to make sure that you're setting your psychology up properly though. If someone is expecting this, it will definitely get blocked. So next we're looking at quick pass. Once again, you're playing a point guard. You must equip this ability because reason number 1 is going to increase your passing speed. Reason number 2, you're going to be able to pass the ball as soon as you touch it. Reason number 3, this ability will literally clear the ball for you if you use this when your teammate passes you the ball after a rebound. So make sure y'all keep all of that in mind. Extra passing speed definitely comes in handy. Speeding up the offense definitely comes in handy. So make sure if you're playing a point guard, you equip this ability. 100% mandatory. All right, so next up, we're looking at drive layup. This ability is in here to set up our fadeaway psychology. So if you're destroying your defender inside the paint, the big is overcommitting to helping inside of there as well. And you've been cooking them with layups the entire game. They're going to be expecting you to go inside the paint and go for a layup. So you're doing your drive layups. You hit them with a drive layup. They're expecting a drive layup. You hit them with a fadeaway. You hit them with. They're expecting a fadeaway. You hit them with a drive layup. They're expecting a drive layup. You hit them with a fadeaway. It's not going to be in that order. order, but you want to make sure that whatever your defender is showing you that they're expecting the most, you try to do the opposite of what they're expecting the absolute most when you're trying to set up your psychology with this ability. So next we're looking at baseball style pass. This ability right here is also a very vital ability for point guards because this pass cannot be intercepted. On top of that, it cannot be overthrown. So point guards, this is another one of those abilities that you must have equipped, 100% mandatory. All right, so next we're looking at SP layup. So this ability right here is to help us more consistently cook our defenders inside the paint. So they're expecting a regular layup, you jump into a SP layup, and on top of that, this SP layup tends to draw defenders a whole lot more than a regular layup does because they know for a fact that they have to be in a certain position, and if your teammate runs inside the opposite direction of where they're trying to position themselves, you could easily hit them with a jumper pass and get more free and easy points. So your big just has to know to space the floor if you're going to be using this. So jumper pass, this is to make sure that we can actually pass to our teammates while we're doing a layup or a shot. So like I said before, if you're cooking your defender in the paint with drive layup, they're going to start trying to guard you inside the paint. Then you jump into fadeaways, and at some point they're going to start trying to guard you outside the paint, and at that point you can just jump into regular jump shots and hit them with a jumper pass. So this helps with the jump shots as well as the layups. So if you want to make sure that you're being consistent, or as consistent as I am, make sure you use jumper pass. It's actually a pretty good ability to have on any point guard. All right, so next we're looking at buzzer beater pass. This is a really good ability, man. It's very, very powerful. It's way better than a baseball style pass, but this right here, it doesn't really activate as often as baseball style pass does, so you can't rely on this as much. But let's go ahead and take a look at the skill demo. So pass the ball to an open teammate at an incredible speed. How to use: when the buzzer beater icon pops up, tap pass. Now you're probably going to be losing your mind if you try to actually time it. So just try to rely on it activating while you're planning on passing the ball to one of your teammates. It's going to get over there extremely fast. So you remember how I told you that quick pass increases your passing speed? This increases your passing speed by about the same amount. So pass speed plus 30% at level 6. Quick pass speed plus 25% at level 6. So it's just about the same amount, but buzzer beater pass passes faster. So make sure y'all equip this ability. That's another ability that every point guard should have equipped. All right, so next we're looking at fadeaway. This is what you're going to use after you get done setting up your drive layup psychology. So after you get done setting up your drive layup, they're trying to stop you in there. Hit them with a fadeaway. They will not be able to stop you. Unless they're a power forward, then they will be able to stop you. All right, so next we're looking at SP intercept. So this is just to help us get more intercepts. Not much more to go into when it comes down to this. Literally the only reason we're using it. Now we're talking about dash dribble. So the reason why dash dribble is in here, if you haven't seen that video yet, definitely go ahead and go check that out. But dash dribble, so let's take a look at the drive layup preview real quick. All right, so you can see that she went into the middle of her dribble move, and then she jumped into a drive layup. So it can be kind of predictable when it's being done that way, but if you have dash dribble equipped and you're doing those dash dribbles, you're dribbling left and right, instead of having to go halfway into your dribble move, you will literally do it right after you get done picking the ball up off the ground, and you'll jump into a drive layup, and 9 times out of 10 they will not expect it, and also that will help you set up your fadeaway psychology. So make sure y'all equip this ability as well if you want to run this build. Very important inside this build. It's probably one of the most important abilities in here that is not a point guard staple. So last, we're looking at SP steal. Not much to go into when it comes down to this ability. We got it for the 10% extra intercept rate. We got it for the 30% steal speed, and we got it for the plus 10% steal rate. So now we're going to take a look at the cards. All right, so we got the cards pulled up. I decided to go for Just Begun for 2 reasons. Steal and run. Those are the only 2 reasons why I decided to choose Just Begun. We need the run so that we can be faster and get to the rim faster as well. We need the steal so we can steal the ball more often. The 3-point doesn't actually matter to me. I could probably put more into 3-point, but that's just not my style, bro. So let's take a look at the stickers. So for the stickers, we decided to go for layup, dunk, and stamina. So we got layup, dunk to level 7. You can see we got a level 6 layup, dunk sticker right there. I love that sticker, bro. It helps out so much. And then we're also getting 1 layup and dunk from our open shooter. which helps out a whole bunch once again. So this is going to increase our layup and dunk field goal percentage by 4.3. So you know how we have a lower layup and dunk stat because it's below 200. This is going to help us get those on in there more consistently, and it's also going to slightly increase our layup and dunk range. And we also decided to go for stamina. We got level 6, so we get 3 run, 3 stamina, and plus 1.4% to our run speed, and we get plus 3 per second to our stamina recovery. So let's go ahead and pull up this little magnifying glass. Once I finally get this to level 10, our run speed will be increased by 4.4%, which is a significant boost in comparison to 1.4%. All right, and last, I'm not really sure how much more goes into a build on this game, but we're going to take a look at the passives. So for the passives, obviously we went for assist steal. So our steal rate is going to increase by 1.5% after a successful assist. Easy to get those assists with this build. I can promise you that, bro. Very easy to get assists with this build. So next we're looking at steal interrupt. So interruption resistance minus 2% after a successful steal. So you're going to be getting those assists and boosting your steal rate. And then once your steal rate is boosted, you're going to be getting those steals. And then once you get those steals, you're going to get more interruption resistance, which means you'll be able to more consistently sink those contested fadeaways. And last, we got advanced drive. So mid shot field goal plus 2% and layup and dunk field goal plus 2.5% for 3 seconds after you snatch someone's ankles. That's just there to make sure that we can more consistently make our shots. So all right, man, that's just about cover everything. Just make sure you keep in mind, it doesn't have to be an exact copy and paste of this build for you to actually be successful with it. And yes, you can use this on any point guard, but just make sure you keep in mind, certain point guards do not have the elite skills that Sophia has that we actually need to make this build more consistent. So if you're going to be using this build, it would be best if you used it with Sophia, but once again, it could work with anyone. So that's it. Now catch you on the next one.